Well, Cindy, I'm sure you can hear me now. But we'll go there. And I think I'm wondering, do I have to have it on this? Or can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I wonder if I have to have it. Now it's on. All right. I guess I have to have it this way. So let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. My whole part where the first part of this video is not going to have any sound. Cindy, thank you. Thank you for saying something. I appreciate it. So what happened the first time we were recording this is I think in the middle of recording the video, I think the cameras that I use, they had an update like in the middle of us using them. So, you know me, I'm not necessarily too concerned about how things look as far as like, you know, setup and all that. But when you pay for stuff, it's a little bit annoying, right? And now all my settings are, that's why my sound was off. So thank you, Cindy, for saying something. I really do appreciate that. All right, so we'll just start from the top. And we'll start from here. So I am finishing the Luna mini backpack by Stitches by Christy. There is another recorded video live where we did the first part. However, in the middle of that video, it went completely black. And because of this update that was going on with my cameras. Since then, I haven't done one of these videos, and that is why the beginning of this video has no sound, because the settings of the update are the way it is. This bag I have done multiple times. I really do love the pattern. I feel it comes together really nice. I think it's a great gifted, like a gifting pattern, like to make for someone else. And I decided to use fabrics from our monthly dynamic fabric kit for this month, which has 2 hand-dyed fabrics, which is this red color that I used for the lining of my pockets, and the green color here, along with 2 fat quarters. And then we decided to start coordinating book lover panels to go along with those kits. So this is our limited Foxy Fall book lover panel. We still have a few of these available, not many. We only have as many of the book lover panels as we do the kits, but they are over on our website now while supplies last. But I thought this one would be make a cute fall backpack, and we got as far as the front and back. Now we're going to work on the gusset and the zipper area, and then bind it all together. So that's what we're doing. And if you are sewing tonight, if you're joining me, I'd love to know what you're sewing, what you're making, what patterns you're working on. This vinyl that I'm using is from Katie over at My Little Shindig. And hardware, I think a lot of it is from Idle Blooms and Waywack. That's usually the two places that I've been buying my hardware and zipper stuff lately. Oh my goodness. Can't believe the whole first part of that was no sound. I love technology. I really do. When it does what you want it to do. All right. Put these zippers on here. I'm using 2 zippers, one in both directions. You don't necessarily need to do that, but I like that on a backpack when you have 2 zippers to open it. Okay. I'm gonna find my centers. How is your week going, Cindy? It's so nice here today. That's why I have a window open, so I'm sorry if you are hearing noise from the window. You aren't hearing whooshing, are you? Because that would mean the other camera, the sound is on, and that camera is the one that is looking right now. And if that one is it's close to my ceiling fan, so then it would be making a whooshing sound. So I don't want you to hear any whooshing. But you may hear cars because I do have my window open. Sound is good. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not someone to leave like projects sitting around. I don't have enough of space to have multiple projects like going at the same time. So I've like moved this project like 4 or 5 times now. And I'm like, I really need to finish it because I just don't have the space for that. And I have other things I want to start working on. I have some quilty things I want to do. I'm not sure if Christy still has a sale going for this pattern. I know she did for a while, so you can go over and check if you don't have the pattern yet. But her patterns aren't pricey, so you know, you don't necessarily have to worry a whole lot about the cost. It's not a super pricey pattern. All right, so we are going to just stitch this gal on here. I'm going to get some double-sided tape. How many minutes have we been on? 19. So I probably need to change. I'm going to have to change the, like, scroll ahead 10 minutes or 15 minutes and you'll have some sound. Oh. I have to tell you, that week that the technology with this, when it went awry, there were so many things technology-wise that were not going well. I was ready to give up, everybody. Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Did you get your peaceful sewing in today? little bit of dyeing of fabric. We're trying to take advantage of the nice days. Had my eye doctor's appointment where I was told I need bifocals, which I'm okay. I'm okay. Gonna be fine. It was short, but it was nice. Oh, cute. Cute. Last night, so I've been planning some things coming up for different sews, and Jordan from Everyday Lions, she helps me a lot with a lot of planning and hash out ideas and whatnot, and we are planning our apparel sewing for the channel for the next year. So we're going to start this month. Every other month we're going to have an apparel sew. It's like we're calling it Sweater Weather series because we'll have kits as well. But it's not only like hoodies, but we're doing like some vests. So I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll be sharing more as we go, but we're working on that. So I'm looking forward to doing more apparel sewing on the channel. And I loved when my kids were little and I sew clothes for them. Now they're big. I do want to make them though. I would like to make them Christmas pajamas this year. That would be fun. Okay. Especially now with my daughter's boyfriend living here, it'd be fun to like make us all matching pajamas. Like I have time to make 5 pairs of pajamas. But maybe pants, maybe pajama pants. This vinyl is so pretty. It has the glitter in it. But it's not like, it's glittery, but it's not like glitter vinyl. It's like suede, but glitter. I'm not sure if Katie still, she probably still has some of it, I would think. Okay, I'm stuck. There's one side. anybody do their fall decorating yet? I feel like I'm probably behind most people. I got my pumpkins. I have my pumpkins on the porch and the mums. So we did get the whole house. Oh, and that was the end of that. I need another roll. We did pressure wash the whole front of the house, so now it's just a matter of let's see, what size is that? Is that the right? Nope, that's not the right size. There it is. But I bought some lights to go around and all stuck in the basement where you can't reach. I got the pumpkins at our local farmer's stand. So this weekend, but tomorrow we're picking up. Fall pre-order is finished, so we're grabbing that tomorrow. So we're going to be all weekend probably cutting fall pre-order to get it out to everybody, and then inventorying our holiday stuff so we can release all the holiday stuff, which is kind of exciting. I'm excited I always love when we get everything to cut, because then it's like I get to see what everybody ordered. Not that I don't look at people's orders, because I had to order all of it, but it's neat to see, like, once you lay, like, everybody's choices out. Okay. Yeah, we tried to be fast. Yeah, so I'm hoping by Monday we'll have everybody's stuff in the mail to them. We'll see. It was a lot this time, so but I'm hoping that by Monday we can have everybody's orders out. Okay, now the other side. For tonight. We cooked pretty much this weekend, and then I made a big pot of chicken pot pie the other day, so we have leftovers to go through, so that's what we did. Why am I doing it that way? Well, whichever like set your stuff down and be like, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. It is correct. Oh, what are you catching? You good? That's what's wrong, is I feel like I'm sewing down this side that I normally don't sew down. That's what it is. I had a tail here. Oh. All right, now we need the bottom part of the gush. What was that? Did you guys see that? Did it change? Weirdness. What in the world? I really think it's the cameras, because everything else, and I wouldn't see, like, they're brand new, so fairly brand new. I mean, less than 6 months new for sure. Our snap peas are starting to really produce because it's getting to be cooler nights, which is awesome. Anybody have good snap pea recipes? Because I know we're gonna end up having a decent chunk of them. Just trying to remember. I think it was 1/4 inch all the way around, but now I'm second guessing myself. Seam allowance, yeah, 1/4 inch. Okay. So that means we're going to put these up like so. And this here like so. Apollo might have locked himself out, so if I hear crying in a little bit, I'm gonna have to go let him in. The baby. This isn't a super thick vinyl, so I don't think I'm gonna have to clip down these corners in this gusset. I think it'll be fine. Okay. Oh, he's here. I just unthreaded my needle. This weekend on Sunday, we're sewing the second blind date sewing kit that we did, which is the Coquette & Co. patterns. It's the Marie A. crossbody and the Cynthia pouch. Both patterns are super fun, super easy. And we're going to be doing those on my domestic machine, not the fabricator. So, alrighty. I'm wondering how I can change. So I'm just noticing, like right now, there's an ad that came up. I'm wondering how I can change that, like when I'm live. Like, there's probably a setting somewhere. I would like to not have ads going during my lives. Not that I don't appreciate a little bit that I make from YouTube, but when you have a live and you're just trying to sit here and sew with me. So I'm just going to clip these to hold them in place, and then I'm going to top just to keep everything together. This side is a little short. Well, it'll all get tucked in when we do the binding. All right, so now I want to find my center marks that I had with either end here, and I just want to see that everything is still center there, and then I'm going to bring those center marks to meet, and I'm going to create my side center marks so that I know where those are. And they're going to be like right underneath where that seam is. Okay, so there we have it. Now I'm going to grab my front And from the front exterior, I'm going to turn this inside out. From the front, I'm going to clip where those center marks at the top and bottom are. And then I'm going to do the same on the sides here. Did I even find my side? I did not. Okay. I know where those are. Now I can line those up. And now we're just going to clip all along till we get to those curves, and then we can clip some little notches. Same with down here. Okay, what I like to do is I like to just put some little clips up to where my stitch will get it around that curve. And if you wanted to, you could use like mini staple here if you wanted. But I find, especially this vinyl is thinner, this vinyl has a bit of stretch to it. Okay. Feel at the top, it's usually not as bad up at the top. If I notice that I have a little too much, I might adjust this part a little bit. So I'm going to do the same over here. going to adjust this down just a little bit. About 1/4 inch. Okay, now we have it all clipped. Now we're gonna stitch this on. I'm gonna try to follow my stitch line that I already have as much as possible. Might want my stiletto. Like I said, the corners aren't too bad on this. Like they're not really, it's not a hard, especially if you're using lighter weight stuff. It's not really hard turns. So I feel like if you aren't practiced with like corners or curves on bags, this might be a good one to try out. Okay, so now we got that done, but now we got to bind that part before we go on to the other. But look how cute she's turning. All right, so now we're going to do the binding. Let me grab that. I have one of our binding spools. We do still have the wooden binding spools in stock. My son does all the 3D printing, and so when he comes home from school on the weekends, if he can, he tries to replenish it. We are waiting on the blue ones, but the wood colored ones we have. So I like the binding spool for this purpose, as I can put it on a separate external spool. I need to burn down this thread here. It's going to bother me where I had a little bit of a snag when I was top stitching. Okay, So we are going to start down here at the bottom. And we're just going to clip this all the way around. I'm trying to think how this is going to look. Yeah. Is that what I want to do? Yes. No. Wrong direction, Jen. I want to go the way that I was going here. All right. So since I'm using the 1 1/4 inch, to make sure that I have a nice finish at the bottom, I'm going to measure in 1 1/4 inches. Okay. I'm going to make a mark there. And then I'm going to measure another 1/2 inch from there. So 1 3/4. That's where I'm going to start my stitch. And I'm just going to, as I'm clipping this binding, I pull a little bit because it is a, has a tri-weave, like a bi-weave, two different directions of the binding. And that gives a little bit of stretch, which is nice. But not too much. But you do want to stretch it a little bit so that it lays flush and it doesn't bunch up on you. And I'm using the redwood colorway. All of our binding is hand dyed. So this is redwood, and I thought the orange went really good with the fox. And it looks pretty with the green too. It is still pretty warm. I mean, it cooled off here today. We had some rain, but it's still pretty warm for October for us. I have a feeling that tomorrow night we're supposed to get like flash freeze. I have a feeling it's going to go, like the weather's going to change pretty quick here. Oop, broke a clip. All right, now that I'm getting back here to the end, I'm going to lay my binding, made my first mark. So that's where I'm going to cut this, okay? But then I also want to make a mark about 1/2 inch away from where that binding ends there. And I don't know, do you guys see that my camera keeps making a funny colorway? I don't know. Something's going on. I'm going to have to message them again. All right, I'm going to set my binding aside. I'm going to keep my stiletto. Need those clips. And then I'm going to start my stitching a 1/4 inch in, maybe a little bit more, like a 3/8 of an inch in. And I'm going to stitch all the way around, and then I'm going to stop when I get to the mark that I've made over here, and then I'll show you here how we finish this. We do have 1 inch binding if you want just regular fold over binding. I like to do it kind of like, I guess you would call it like the professional like quilting binding way. Just feel like it adds a nicer edge to it. All right, so that I came back to that other line, I just clip my threads here. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take this one, I'm going to flip it up. This one I'm going to leave down like so. I'm going to lay them against each other. I'm just going to clip that just to hold it. And then I'm going to stitch. I want to make sure that it's flush though. Hold on. I'm going to stitch across in a diagonal, if I can say the word. It's awkward when it's, there we go. Like so. All right, so now that we did that, I can clip this off and then it'll lay nice and flush so I can stitch the rest of the way across there. Okay, now I can pull this over and fold it, but I want to clip some of this down now. So I just have to watch that I'm not going to clip into my binding at all. So I want to clip this down. I'm going to clip to where those first original stitches were. Oh, now I'm going to fold this over. And clip it in place. The corners can sometimes be tricky. You just kind of have to feel like, where is it gonna like kind of have a little bit of a tuck, and that's where I usually clip it. My hands don't want to work tonight. because I was tying fabric. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch pretty much in the ditch all the way around on this binding, the top stitch. Throwing things. Oh, we lost chicken bobbin, you guys. We do have another one made. This one should make us through, though. We just have binding the other side yet to do. And turning it. Let me pull this through here. Just so I know where it started. When are we catching it? Because it unclipped. Nope. Everywhere else we were catching, but there we go. Let me re-clip these. Okay. The other thing about stitching in the ditch when you're binding is when you go to tie it off like this, you can barely see where that's done. All right, there's that. Now let's put our back on. Let's sit that down in here like so. Flip everything in there nicely. I'm just going to clip a couple little slits in the bottom part of the gusset to get around that bottom corner mostly. The top one doesn't really need it as much. This is just a cute size bag. Really, it's like a good kid size backpack, I feel. If you wanted to make it a kid size, could totally be for a kid. Okay, now we're going to do just like we did the first time. but I have to keep this one out of the way. So I'm just going to follow my stay stitch all the way around. And stitch this one, and then we're going to bind it. There we go. Now we need a binder. Everything looks like it's on. Okay. Let me grab the binding. How's everybody doing? I see we have at least 3 visitors. Feel free to say hello. We're just finishing this bag that we didn't get to finish the other day. Oh, what's up, Apollo? What are you crying about? Crying at his piggy. I'm sorry, buddy, I can't play. Not right now. Take it down to Sissy. He went down to my daughter. He was like, "You're no fun." I know a lot of people don't like to bind bags, but when I started really practicing it, I kind of find it's kind of meditative. It's like one of those processes that I'm like, I actually like doing now. Sissy not playing with you? I hear you. I hear you, buddy. Okay. Done with this now. Start in about 3/8 of an inch. Get my stiletto. Okay. All of these colors, this like orange and green, like 70s colors, they're all like coming back. Although I don't think I would paint my kitchen or my bathroom any of these colors, but to each their own. Now again, we're gonna finish this off nice so that it has like a seamless transition. So that means I'm gonna flip this one up, this one this direction. My fingers would work. We're going to sew that catty corner from corner to corner. Oh, come on, go underneath the needle. I'm just going to clip that triangle off. Now this will lay right along here so I can stitch it the rest of the way. I'm just going to turn that part of my binding down, and I want to clip this all the way around, right along where my other stitch line was. Yeah, I need to change a setting or something, because I'm seeing a lot of ads, and I don't like that when we're doing lives. Hey, Wendy. How's it going? We're just about done. So I'm just going to turn this and start clipping it. We're just finishing up this Luna mini backpack that we tried to do the other day, but my camera, they had an update. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then today when I tried to do this, it's the first time I'm using them, all the settings that I originally had set were gone, so no one could hear me again. So now we have to figure that out again. But it's the way it goes when you want to do this stuff. And the cameras definitely help a lot with just different angles. So we're not getting rid of those. So we just got to figure out what's changed and roll with it. Big long thread here. I'll clip that off. Okay, so now do our last top stitch around this binding, and I'm going to go right in the ditch. All the way around. happens once we pull these through. Okay, let's bring that down. Everything looks good. Binding looks good on this side. We caught everything. All right. The sound of a machine can put me to sleep. I know. I know. It has a specific hum to it, doesn't it? All right. So let's turn this baby and see how it looks. This bag is fairly, I mean, depending on what you're using, I would say, you know, it's fairly easy to turn. And, you know, I really do love using the sailcloth canvas Odie coated for this. It definitely gives it a really nice look. I used one of our Lord of the Ring book lover panels for one of them that I made, and I Odie coated it and it looked really great. And then I'll show you, I used the Blind Date sewing kit too. I still have that one. I gave the Lord of the Rings one as a gift to somebody. But it's just, it turns out, you know, it turns out really nice, every one I've made. So, all right, let's look at it. There we go. Let me just give it a little squishing. I got one little fold in my vinyl, but nothing too serious. There it is. There it is. It turns out really cute. Like, I just feel like this is definitely a good holiday gifting pattern, because it really doesn't take long to come together. Although this one we've needed, I think, 4 tries to do a video, 3 or 4 tries to do a video, but it really does come together fairly fast. And it has, like I said, the options on the inside. It has a zipper pocket, a slip pocket, the key clip. You could totally put another like slip pocket on your front part of the interior, and then you have your zipper pocket here in the front. Let's put our tassel on, because we did make a tassel from Jolie Lee Creations. She has like a tassel template. So I'm just going to put some double-sided tape around it to hold it in place, and also to help keep it inside my tassel. Okay. And the tassel zipper pulls, I think I got those, I want to say I got those from Saya. And we'll just get one of our little screws. My little screwdriver set here. Come on. I know you're a magnet. Maybe not. Maybe you're not going to magnet today. Ooh. You're not sticking. Do I need a smaller end? I think I need a smaller end. There we are. There you are. Now you'll do it. Okay. I feel like the tassel definitely adds to this. Okay. There we go. There's the tassel with it. I feel like that definitely sets it off. It makes it more fall looking. So this is, like I said, I OD coated the Foxy Fall Book Lover panel. Again, those are exclusive. Once we sell out of those, we won't bring them back. It won't be something you can pre-order. They're over with our dynamic fabric kits for the month of October. And I also OD coated the Kona that I used for the straps, which, you know, definitely gives it, you know, kind of that more like plasticky feel. But I figured to like just give your straps a little bit more durability. That would be good. So I highly recommend the OD coating of the sailcloth. It just, one, you'll be able to clean it up nice, but it also just adds some good structure to whatever you're using it for. And then I use the dynamic fabric kit for the interior mostly. And the vinyl is from Katie for My Little Shindig. My webbing is from Georgia Girl Stitches. And my thread was from Emporium Threads. So there's that one. I'll show you. This is the first one that I made with the Blind Date sewing kit for this month. And all I did was I added some cork. Now the cork is thicker than this vinyl that I just used. So that definitely was a little harder to use the cork on this, because then you have the thickness of the cork when you're binding. You know, you have the thickness of the cork down in here too. So I would definitely clip out your seams. This one I didn't clip out my seams, and that's what made me do it on the last two that I made. But this is a fun pattern. I hope you'll go over. I don't know if Christy still has it on sale, but I feel like it's one, like I said, I've made multiple, so I feel like it's one that you guys will make multiples of as well. If you have any questions about any of the tools or supplies or things I use, feel free to pop those in the comments. I am so sorry about technology issues, but we'll figure it out. We always do. All right. Have a great evening, everyone.